Live from the studios of First Coast News, Jordan Wilkerson
First Coast Living live.
and David Benfield.
Sounds good to me.
Well, come join us.
This is First Coast Living.
Hello, happy Tuesday, and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Jordan Wilkerson. David has one more day off, and then he'll be joining me back. I can't wait for that, but he deserves this time off. I hope that he, Lena, and Gwen are having a great time. But in the meantime, let's get this show started. You see where I'm starting. You know I'm hungry, but before we get to that, get ready for some Dax jams. Emily O'Neill is here. She'll be performing on First Coast Living. Can't wait to hear her beautiful voice. And today is National Mac and Cheese Day. Hey, it ain't easy being cheesy, so we have some mac and cheese trivia coming up a little bit later in Trivia Tuesday. But first, we are living in the kitchen. I'm here today with Chef Tom Gray of Prati Italia, Town Hall, Electric Dough Pizza Company, and we're starting off with Electric Dough today.
Yes,
How are you doing, sir?
doing
Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So what you got up your sleeve?
So today we have our July Pizza of the Month.
Ooh.
This is a Southern Gold. We did North Carolina roasted pork, so Cheshire Farms from North Carolina, roasted pork.
Yum.
Has some bacon, some caramelized onions, our cheese blend, and then we top with a little bit of slaw. And then
Wow,
a
that's
little bit
interesting.
of,
I would have never thought the slaw on there, but yeah, I guess if you're making kind of like the barbecue style, like
Yeah.
sandwich in a way, but a
when you-
pizza version.
Yeah, exactly. If you're thinking a barbecue sandwich has the slaw.
I like coleslaw on mine, yeah.
And then we did a little pickled jalapeno on there.
Okay, so not too spicy if it's pickled, right?
It's not too spicy.
Okay, good, good.
And then then we have a little bit of our Carolina Gold to go on
Yum.
top.
I do like that kind of barbecue sauce too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it all pretty much, but
I'm a fan of the mustards.
yeah, the mustard or the vinegar, like
Yes.
that kind of different flavor.
So we'll give a little
Okay, so
piece
this is
here.
only a July pizza?
This is only July. Through the month of July. We have about 12 other pizzas to choose from
Right.
if this doesn't.
But every
yeah.
month you try to rotate a new special? That's
we
so
are.
fun.
We started it, I think it was in May. We did our very
Okay.
first one in May.
Very good.
And we've been keeping up with it, and it's nice. Like the crew gets to get involved in it also. Like if somebody
coming
has
up with
an
ideas and
idea,
stuff?
something they want to make, and so we experiment it and
That's
taste
fun.
it. Yes.
Are
so
you ready
it's-
for me to taste?
You're ready.
Okay, I'm ready for this. Oh my gosh.
you're ready, we're
Describe
ready.
your pizza too to folks who have not been to Electric Dough.
So,
like it's a little thicker here.
It looks thicker because it's taller, but you can see at this really amazing light, airy bubble that center.
Yes,
so
it's so light.
it
Oh my
has
God.
this caramelized cheese edge, so it mimics what a Detroit pizza would be, but it's so much lighter. So this is a Roman dough, so
It's
we get
so
that,
good.
We get that really crisp bottom, the crisp edges, and then the middle is just this light, airy, fluffy center. And the other cool thing about it is we garnish it edge to edge, coast to coast. The whole thing. You don't end up with what they call the pizza bones laying
Right,
around
right.
afterwards. You get to eat the entire pizza, enjoy the entire pizza.
Yes.
The ingredients in every bite. That's the goal. Is that
it's
you get
so
to taste
good.
the whole experience of the pizza in every bite.
You have one called the Godfather or
Yeah,
something
one-
like that?
the Godfather
I've
2.
had that one
Yeah.
there too. That one's really good.
That literally has pretty much every meat in the house. is in
Right,
it,
you know,
so.
you got to get your protein in, but this is outstanding. I bet this is going to be a fan favorite.
you.
Like even after July, people will be asking for
Yeah.
this. I
it's
think.
such good pork. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
good
think-
quality.
Yeah. So we also just did some new lunch specials.
Oh,
or
tell
new
yeah.
lunch special.
You guys always have some cool specials going on.
We're always trying to do something. And
Just keep
we had-
talking and I'll keep
Oh,
eating.
you keep eating. So we had a lot of folks asking for soup at Electric Dough
Oh,
Pizza
okay.
Company. So we added two soups to the menu: a tomato garlic, a little bit just lightly creamy, and then an Italian wedding soup.
Yum.
And it's available. It's available all day, all night. But it's also at lunch a lunch special. It's a soup and
Right.
a salad, and a Tractor organic beverage for $12.50.
Beautiful.
Or you can do the slice of pizza. Caesar salad and Tractor beverage, same thing, $12.50. So a little bit more variety at lunch. You know,
Yeah.
choose between pizza and salad or soup and salad, and so
Right.
it's all there. And or get a pizza so you can dip it in the tomato soup. Or
That sounds amazing. And we've been talking about that it's National Ice Cream Week. You guys, I know it's slightly different, but it's a creamier version, right? Gelato, you offer that.
Gelato is only the
So
best
good
version
there.
of ice cream. So it's a slower churn, it's creamier.
Right.
Usually has a higher egg yolk, so it's a little bit richer, smooth. So we have a really amazing gelato.
It's so good.
12 flavors to choose from. It's always rotating.
And you do the affogato with the espresso
Yes.
and all that too. I've had that there. Oh, it's so amazing.
We have the
Your food's amazing.
Lavazza, Italian Lavazza coffee, so we do the espresso on
Great
top.
quality.
But the best part of a gelato case is you get to try anything you want to try before you.
Okay, try before you buy.
Exactly.
Tell everyone where Electric Dough is located.
So we're right in the heart of San Marco at 1996 San Marco Boulevard, and it's the former movie theater.
Yes.
And it's been beautifully converted. The old projector is still sitting up front there.
so
Amazing
cool.
happy hour every day at 3:14.
Oh yeah, pie.
Pie day. Yeah,
3.15.
and then every Friday and Saturday late
1.4.
night. Mm-hmm. So
Very
we do
cool.
Until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays.
Awesome. Well, listen, everything that you make is absolutely outstanding. If you haven't been out there, check it out. This pizza you can only get through this month. So we'll be back to talk about some pasta primavera.
Perfect, yes.
With one of your other restaurants,
Thank
one of
you.
your other amazing restaurants. All right, well, stay tuned for that. I'm going to be taking a walk over here because today we're going to be learning more about the world's biggest bike ride coming to the First Coast. So let's welcome Steve Howard and Max Howard. Nice to see you guys. Thank
Jordan.
you so much for joining us.
Our pleasure. Totally. Great
Okay,
to
this
see you.
is cool, and
Thank
we'll
you.
get to that in just a second here. But what is Bike Breakers first?
All right, so we created a nonprofit, and we do fun, unique events for an active community, and then we raise money for local charities, and we give that all back after the costs.
I think that's amazing. So let's talk about this particular bike ride.
Sure.
Obviously the biggest. What else sets it apart?
Well, so it's on the sand. It's extremely unique in that case. I haven't even seen anything remotely like it. So we're looking to have 1,000 people at the world's biggest beach bike ride, 1,000 people at the world's biggest beach bike ride with your help and our other marketing help.
How cool would that be? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, so we're going 2 miles north from Beach Boulevard to, from Jack's Beach to Neptune Beach to Atlantic Beach.
Okay.
And it's got, it's inclusive of e-bikes, bikes.
Oh.
You've got kids, grandparents, colleagues, friends, buddies, all that kind of stuff. So
Very
it's-
nice.
Yeah.
Why did you want to start this?
Well, I thought it'd be easier than it is.
We always think that first when we're starting something, right?
So I have lived at the beaches for 25 years, have a successful business out there, raised a family out there, and I wanted to give back to our community. And Jordan, my favorite thing to do is ride my bike on the beach.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful beach to ride on,
We
and
do.
I thought of what could be the most unique and spectacular event that we could do together as a community.
Right.
And so that's it.
And I noticed on there Guinness World Records on that sign. Are you trying to break this record? You're saying it's the biggest.
So yeah, so
That's
we
pretty
have
cool.
two goals. We have the world's biggest beach bike ride. So
Right.
we're hoping for 1,000 people to come out for that at least.
Okay.
And then there's also a Guinness record, which is largest e-bike party.
I see. Okay, I got you.
So that's 405 riders currently. So we could possibly break a Guinness record on
For that
this world's
specifically.
biggest beach bike ride.
I got you. Are you going to be participating, Max?
I am.
On a regular or a e-bike?
I think I'm going to be on an e-bike.
Okay.
So we can hopefully get the record.
Okay. Oh, we need more of the e-bikes out there then, right? So who benefits from this?
So, a great question, Jordan. There are 3 fantastic beaches charities. 2 of them are cancer charities. One is V for Victory. They help people who are going through their cancer journeys by providing services to them.
Right.
And then the Two Titmice Foundation helps specifically breast cancer patients, and it provide financial assistance to them.
Amazing.
And then Beam, and you've been around here for a while, so you understand what Beam does. They help people with financial assistance at
Right.
the beaches area.
That's amazing. All right. Well, if folks are interested in learning more or registering, how do they do that?
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. I hope you're interested. JacksBikeBreakers.com. JacksBikeBreakers.com. We need riders. We
Okay.
need sponsors. We need.
Okay, we need sponsors
we're all,
too.
We're all right on volunteers, but we're getting a bunch of excellent sponsors. Also, I don't know if I mentioned that you can win this Sun Cruiser. I
It's
think you
so
might.
beautiful. I love this.
Yeah,
I love
that's
the
right.
drinks too.
But yeah, go to JacksBikeBreakers.com,
Okay.
and they'll learn all the information that we just spoke about, and then they can register there.
Okay, awesome. And when is the event? We need to let everyone know when it is exactly.
Sure. So it's on August 14th. It's
There
a
you go.
Friday night. So it's great timing, Jordan, because it's a week.
Yeah.
Okay, the kids get back to school, and that's the first Friday. and it's a week before the first Jaguar game. And it's before there aren't any local high school games that Friday night.
So it's not
either.
competing with anything. No excuses here.
No.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. I think this is going to be so fabulous. I can't wait to see it. I mean, it's going to look amazing out there with all those folks.
Thank you for helping
and
us.
Have so much fun too. Yeah, and of course it's for a good cause, so that's even better. All right, you ready for some music?
Yeah.
Let's turn it up. It is now time for some Jax Jams with Emily O'Neill. Take it away.
I'm sad and I'm bratty, like a girl in a pretty Sofia Coppola movie. I'm a kitsch sitch, crying in the clouds in my coffee. I have real problems, so what if I cause them? It's fine, I've got a big heart. Give you the dollar in my wallet, I do my part. I'm a bummer stunner, can't you see my life is so hard? I have real problems, so get your paws off them. They're mine. Don't you know that I'm the owner of this house? And I built all the bricks that I complain about. Ribbons running down my face. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. Logically, I know I don't have it the worst, but a real fly legend still get really hurt. Ribbons running down my face. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. I would hide it with shades, but puffy red eyes are the fashion these days. I'm the trend friend, attention fan, jack of all trades. I have real problems, dramatic odd ones. It's not a crime, it's a stupid short stick. When I finally talk and they don't really listen, I'm the world girl over and over I spin. I have real problems, I don't want to solve them on my own dime. Don't you know that I'm the owner of this house? And I built all the bricks that I complain about. Ribbons running down my face. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. Logically, I know I don't have it the worst, but a real fly legend still get really hurt. Ribbons running down my face. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. I'm the poster child of the emotionally raw. I can't wait to smile once it comes back in style. Don't you know that I'm the owner of this house? And I built all the bricks that I complain about. Ribbons running down my face. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. Logically, I know I don't have it the worst, but real fly legends still get really hurt. Ribbons running down my face. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm crying in a cool way.
Beautiful. Oh, your voice is so beautiful. Okay, Emily O'Neill, you have a new EP. Tell us about it.
My new EP, it's called Overachiever. It was released last Thursday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's got 6 songs on it. I wrote every single one.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's about just kind of pursuing your dreams.
Right, so tell us about the song that you just performed.
This song is called I'm Crying in a Cool Way.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a little sassy pop bop.
Yeah, that's so fun. All right, so do you have any upcoming performances as well? Because I know you travel a lot too.
Yes.
You're in Nashville a lot too.
I do. I split my time between Nashville
Yeah,
and
it's pretty
Florida. I'm going to be performing this Thursday at Grafton Street Pub in Lake
Okay,
Mary.
great.
Also the Downtown Grill in Stark. And then next Friday, I'm going to be in Brooksville at BBL Oyster Bar.
Very nice. Okay, so how old were you when you first started either singing or writing or, you know, picking up the guitar?
All of it probably around age 13.
Okay.
Just middle school age,
got
all of those
inspired.
angsty feelings.
Ah, okay. And so that, I mean, did anyone in particular, like that you listen to, inspire you to want to be a musician?
Definitely Taylor Swift.
Taylor
She's
Swift.
my pop star.
You're a
so
Swiftie.
big Swiftie.
Now, your songs in the past, how did those kind of change as you've grown, would you say?
Oh, I mean, I would say now my songs are even more poppy. I put out an album a couple years ago that had a lot of rock influence, but now I'm just like really digging into the pop girl thing.
Right. Well, I think you look fantastic. You sound
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank
What are your
you.
overall goals in life that we can help cheer you on?
Hopefully
With your
just
music.
to keep doing music forever. I
Yeah.
love it so much, so the more support I can get from everybody, the longer I can do this.
That's right. So support her, ladies and gentlemen. How can they do that? Where can they find your music?
You can find me on any streaming platform, on
Okay.
social media.
Perfect.
I also have a website that's emilyoneillmusic.com where you can sign up for my email list to get all the updates.
And did I see there's a music video too?
oh, I do have a
That's
music
so
video.
cool. I love that. All right. Well, we're going to be hearing another song from you coming up, right?
one
What's
more.
that one about?
It's called Plastic. It's kind of about feeling a little bit uncomfortable in your skin and being afraid to show everybody who you really are.
Okay, well, I can't wait to hear it. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
And still to come, did you know it's National Mac and Cheese Day? Well, you probably do because I told you at the beginning of the show. Well, coming up, we're going to put your knowledge to the test of this delicious dish in our Trivia Tuesday. Plus, we have had some rain recently. Will we see more? We'll find out a little later in Rain or Shine. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is now time for Trivia Tuesday. Ooh, I like this music. National Mac and Cheese Day edition. I did not do so well with the ice cream trivia yesterday.
You did fine.
I think I got one right. So, and then of course Justin just walks by. He's like, "Don't mess up."
But real fast, in break.
Yeah.
Mike was bringing the point of, do we have fun or we play to win? No, you play to win.
We
Mike.
play to win.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, we have Mike
Let's
Pringle
do
here.
this.
We have Leroy Aaron here. So, you ready to get started,
I'm
Matt?
ready, real fast. Y'all
All
guys
right.
like mac and cheese?
I love mac and cheese.
I think of Christmas with mac
Really?
and cheese. It's one of my
okay.
favorite dishes for Christmas.
Think of Thanksgiving.
Well, there you go.
I think of every day.
Mac and cheese, perfect for every occasion. Let's
Right.
roll it. We got Chloe
Okay.
and the Measler upstairs. Question number 1.
So exciting.
What U.S. president is often famously but incorrectly credited with introducing mac and cheese to America, through which Chef James Hemmings likely played the true culinary role? Mike Pringle, you're going crazy. What's
Mike had his hand up first.
The third president of the United States, also the third answer, C.
Oh, all right, let's roll it. What do we got, guys? Let me step out of the way so y'all can see this.
Boom, boom,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
boom, boom.
You got it right.
See, Thomas Jefferson, and that's why Marshall's going to move so you can see the spoon.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Okay,
Actually.
Leroy raised his hand
Something
too. I
going
had
on,
no
but-
idea.
Congratulations, Mike. You got the
He
question
brought it back
correct.
from Europe, and then
Really?
Oh, you know more facts about it.
he fixed. He had a big dinner at the White House, and he introduced it, and he this amazing mac and
Macaroni
cheese.
pie.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, because
I love
they cook it
that.
a little different in Europe.
Yeah.
So like more of a
Didn't
pie.
know my
I
history
love
on
that.
that
All
one.
right,
Into
question
this-
number
Oh,
2,
yeah, I
guys.
love
Let's
mac
roll
and
it.
cheese.
What do we got?
Okay, number 2.
Oh,
Here we go, Mike. You were just talking about it. In which European country do food historians
get-
believe the earliest recognizable casserole-style mac and cheese recipe originated in the 14th century? I saw Leroy's hand up first. We got A, Italy, B, Greece, C, Luxembourg, or D, France. Leroy, take it away, sir.
I want to go to Italy.
Italy.
my
what I
buzzer
would've
was
said.
too slow.
Italy.
Is it?
Mike,
Is
you have a
it?
guess?
I mean, I would guess it because
It's
it's
a-
pasta.
Italy.
Yeah.
Go with
yeah.
your roots.
And what did you say, Leroy?
Italy.
All right, let's roll it. It's Italy.
Italy.
Leroy,
Leroy, good job.
feasting,
This is
eating.
exciting.
Okay, so you each have 1 and I got 0.
All right.
You said it originated in the 14th century. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yep.
14th century. Think about
Century. Come on, Mike. I
Victorian
write these
stuff.
questions. I do the proper research.
You know what would
needed.
be interesting though is if we could get that recipe and recreate the first mac and cheese. I bet it's not as good.
Give it to Marshall. He'll make it.
We've
in the bag.
perfected it by now. Give it to Marcia.
All right, question 3. Let's roll it upstairs. What do we got?
that. Oh, what is this?
During which historic American era did boxed macaroni and cheese, specifically Kraft, I saw Pringle's hand up first, skyrocket in popularity because it was incredibly inexpensive to feed a family?
Yeah, it's got to
first.
be when families were trying to feed themselves. So
Reconstruction?
I'm going to go the Roaring 20s.
Okay.
B.
Gilded Age?
I'm gonna say D, the 30s.
Yeah.
So Great Depression. Leroy, what do you got?
I'm going to say Great Depression. D, baby.
All right, let's see what we got.
I can
Depression.
change my answer. I'm going to go D.
Oh, you changed it
depression.
again. Okay, now we at least all are on the
Okay,
board.
we're all tied. We're going to say we're all
See,
tied.
1.
We're all tied. All right, tied up.
I'm scared.
Play to win. It ain't easy being cheesy. Every other pun you can think of. All right, here we go. Roughly, how many boxes of
Oh,
Kraft
gosh.
macaroni and cheese does Kraft Foods sell worldwide
Every day?
single day?
Every day.
Pringley,
Good
what do you
guess
got?
here.
Got a million.
It's popular. And
750,000,
this is
3
across
mil.
the world. Let's go C. 3 million plus.
Oh, good
I'll
guess.
do 1.7.
I'll do actually 1.7 as well. That 0.7 makes me feel like it's
Right.
putting it on the edge. You know?
Yeah.
That's why it's called trivia, because it always goes down the wire.
Oh,
Y'all are wrong.
million.
Do we have another question or no?
You guys got one more
Okay,
question.
all right, we got
Here
one more
we
question.
go.
Trick question.
Here we
Okay.
go. Let's roll it upstairs, crew. What specific type of wheat is traditional macaroni pasta made from,
Oh.
known for its high protein content and
gosh.
golden color? Hard red winter, Durham wheat, soft wheat, hard red spring. Oh, Leroy's hand went up first.
Oh,
Leroy, what do you got?
Well, guess.
Soft white, baby.
Okay, that was gonna be my guess, but I'll say
Jordan?
B. We gotta do something different now, so.
I'm going to go. You said what? What was yours?
We said, he said
South
C,
White.
I said B.
I'm going to go with Jordan. The lady's always right.
Oh.
Yeah, she is.
Let's roll it.
Oh, but But I said it first, so technically I
Lets
win.
me down again.
So Jordan said it first. She got it right.
No way.
You are our mac and cheese queen winner. Chicken
All
dinner.
right.
There we go.
Soft
All
white
right.
lets me down again.
Well, good job, guys. Well, I don't know. It just, you know, just came. It's
Well,
from
there you go.
within,
There's
Mike.
your
What'd you
fun
think?
facts of mac and cheese. Share with the family. Share with the friends.
Well, let me
I'm
ask
going
you
to
this: when you were coming up with this, did you know any of those answers, or you had?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I just know that I love to eat mac and cheese.
Okay.
And that's my go-to.
Last question: boxed or homemade?
Oh, man.
Definitely.
Homemade.
It depends on the homemade. You know how sometimes when the noodle, like you'll pull it up and then the cheese is like stringy cheese, so it doesn't stick to the noodle,
I'll
and then you
still
just
eat
have a
it.
noodle by itself. No,
I'll still eat it.
I don't like that style at home. Well, it's like I want it to be
Homemade,
creamy on
I
there,
need
not
love, baby.
you know.
I need layers. I need
That's
love.
right.
I need to be put in
Secret
the oven
eater
and brought out.
is love. All right, that's enough time we have. Jordan,
The steam.
go ahead and take us a break.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Live from the studios of First Coast News, Jordan Wilkerson
First Coast Living live.
and David Benfield.
Sounds good to me.
Well, come join us.
This is First Coast Living.
Welcome back. It is now time for Rain or Shine with meteorologist Mike Prangley.
Co-captain of the dance team in high school.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
We're getting ready for Stuff the Bus on Good Morning Jacksonville,
Oh,
so
okay.
we're doing promos on our favorite school day memories.
Oh, yeah, I was on the dance team. I loved it. That was in high school.
Very good. And for me, probably getting the class all excited about the snow coming, and we got a snow day.
Ah, that would be fun too. We did have a hurricane day one time.
Oh, I believe it
It's
in
not
Tampa.
going in.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And for us out there, hey, we got a little beach time. See all the folks on the beach. But we're in that summer pattern where, you know, we kind of time out when it's going to rain every day almost.
Right.
Okay, so we're okay for now. Last night, did you notice it came early? It came earlier in the afternoon. Today it's going to be later.
Okay.
So let the Neens out. That's what she calls her dogs. They're
Yeah.
very cute. She sings to them too. Do you want to sing a little?
Neen, little Neen, if there ever was a Neen in between, that's my Neen. Because he sleeps in between
Wow.
me and my husband.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I have others.
And then during treat time, I go, boop, boop, boop.
I taught him
Anyway,
that.
That's another
Yeah, we'll talk about
85
that
degrees, but let the dogs out. Let the dogs out when you get home from work. So if you're getting home at like 5:30, because I think by late
Sooner than
evening,
later.
we're going to, right now we have these little bitty showers, very tiny, but it looks like late day and especially evening lightning. So
Okay.
by 7, 8 o'clock, we could have some of that lightning around. So don't wait too long to get those dog walks
I know, because
in.
they don't like to go outside when
Yep,
it's like
slick
that.
roads. We're slowing it down, extra time. And today, at least another break in the heat. Then tomorrow,
Okay.
the heat is back in the low to mid 90s with lower rain chances and more of a
right.
typical, just isolated late day storm. Weekend looks
Okay.
good for your plans.
All right, yeah,
All right,
not
and
bad.
then next week, better chances of rain.
All right, well, thank you so much for that, Mike. And
I love your singing.
we'll talk more about that later. But now it's time for someone who sings just a little bit better. Yeah, I'm talking about Emily O'Neill with Jack Shams. Take it away.
When did I start taking selfies when I cry? If it's not exploited, it's not worth my time. I live to be seen, I'm consumed by the screen, 'cause nothing else seems to feel alright. When did I stop reaching out to any friends? I've forgotten any means to any end. I live to be seen, I'm consumed by the screen, 'cause nothing else seems to feel alright. I'm so plastic, a flawless counterfeit. I'm not trying to be deceptive, I'm just too protective. Won't let anybody in, 'cause what if then I'm not accepted? When's the last time that I wrote a song for me? Not to make it big and prove I can succeed, but that her little girl wants to show to the world all that I know I could be. I'm so plastic, a flawless counterfeit. I'm not trying to be deceptive, I'm just too protective. Won't let anybody in, 'cause what if then I'm not accepted? I'm a prodigy at hiding part of me, the dichotomy of who I am and who you see. I'm a prodigy at hiding part of me, the dichotomy of who I am and who you see. I'm so plastic, a flawless counterfeit. I'm not trying to be deceptive, I'm just too protective. Won't let anybody in, 'cause what if then I'm not accepted? Oh.
Absolutely beautiful. I have chills all over right now. Your voice is exquisite. Emily O'Neill, make sure you follow her. She does perform around town, so make sure you find out where she's going to be next before she heads back to Nashville. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be right back. Great. Welcome back. We are now back living in the kitchen with Chef Tom Gray now we're talking about Prati Italia.
Now we're talking about Prati Italia, yes.
One of his 3 restaurants, all of them delicious. So what are we making today?
Today we're doing a pasta primavera, which is it's just a vegetable pasta.
Okay.
Primavera really means spring, if we're getting super technical.
Right.
But it's sort of become synonymous with vegetable pastas. So this is our summer vegetable pasta. So it has, we smoke the tomatoes, we have fresh corn, yellow squash, basil. So it really speaks to that whole summer vibe.
And what's your sauce?
And the sauce is a corn puree.
Oh,
So-
I love the color.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
So we can, this one is not vegan, this is vegetarian, but we can make a vegan version. It just has to be slightly different than pretty much everything here.
Just got to let you know ahead of time.
We
so
know ahead,
it might
yes.
take a little bit longer.
It just takes a moment.
Okay.
But I'm going to add some goat cheese to it. That's some pesto.
Oh, yeah.
But we also, this is the pasta we use to make our mac and cheese.
Yeah, what is that kind of?
This is called the campanile, which is a little bell, like a baby bell. The ruffled edge and that hollow center is perfect for holding sauces.
Ah, see, that would hold the cheese.
Exactly. Yeah, so we do mac and cheese at both Prati Italia and Town Hall.
All right. We'll go get you some mac and cheese too after your pasta primavera.
Pretty darn good.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah, so this is just a great summer pasta, vegetarian pasta. So we have that corn puree, a little bit of pesto's been tossed in there. We're
And
gonna
then
put
the
a
goat
little bit of goat
cheese.
cheese.
I'm excited for that addition.
I love goat cheese
do
and
too.
pastas with vegetables and tomatoes because you stir it in, it literally would just melt right into the
Yes.
pasta and add just such a beautiful layer of flavor. So it's a great addition to pasta. Simple. You can stir it right in and make it just that little extra unique.
I might try a bite with the chunk though.
You absolutely can do
honest.
that.
Is
I
it
love-
ready? I always
I-
have to wait because he always loves to garnish, and I'm like,
You're ready.
okay, I'm ready. It might be hot. If it's hot, I want to talk a little bit about preparing our fresh vegetables and herbs to make sure that everything's safe at home.
Absolutely.
How do we do that?
So easiest thing is to go ahead and wash it. Like bring it home, wash it. Basil is delicate, so it's like soak it, wash it, and then shake it out maybe on paper towels, let it dry.
Okay.
The tomatoes, simple.
Oh my God.
Like sort through them first. Look for any that maybe sometimes have some mold started. Maybe
Okay.
they don't, but look through them first, make sure they're all
Right.
good. Then put them all in a bowl with water. Gently toss them, lift them out of that water, and then usually put on a paper towel or something and dry it. Corn, simple, shuck it. You're gonna do a quick wash, help get the excess silk off. Squash,
Right.
same thing, super easy, a nice wash. Wipe it down and then cut it. So if there's any potential exterior bacteria, you don't want
Yeah.
to cut through that into your vegetable.
So you always want to clean
just
before
a
you
simple-
cut.
yeah.
Even when I do lemons, because I'll make like lemon water at the house, I always clean the lemon itself
Yes.
before I cut
Yes.
it in half to
All the
squeeze
same
it.
reasons. Yes.
Because I don't want, I'm not putting the skin in my drink,
Right.
but
Yes.
like you said, that contamination.
So it's just
This
simple,
is amazing, by the way.
easy. You don't have to go crazy. It's literally a good rinse. They talk about warm water. I just use warm tap water. I don't make my water hot. Just
Okay.
straight from the cold side, enough
Right.
to like really agitate, clean
Yeah.
it, lift it out. So,
Awesome. Well, tell everyone where Prati is located and about your delicious specials.
So Prati is in the St. John's Town Center, right next to Nordstrom Rack. So we make all the pasta there for both Prati and Town Hall. And then every day or Monday through Friday at Prati, we have happy hour starting at 4:30 until 6.
Very nice.
It's every day. Seven days,
every day.
7 days a week.
That's even better.
It's a great happy hour. Great pastas. You get pizzas out there also. This style, just some different
Very cool.
flavors.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you have not been, like I said, to his restaurants, all three of them equally delicious, offering something a little bit different. Thank you so much for joining us. This
Thank
is
you.
so good too, and so light and refreshing seeming, even though it's almost like a creamy sauce.
Most of
It's
the texture
so
comes
good.
from the corn.
It is so
Yeah,
good.
It doesn't require extra butters and extra
No,
cheese
exactly.
and
It's not
extra-
heavy.
Right.
This is so good. Thank
Yeah.
you so much
You're
for joining
welcome.
us as always, and we'll be right back. I'm just going to keep eating. RE/MAX specialist Maria Raymer is back, and this time we're talking about a landmark housing bill that has cleared Congress. So thank you so much for joining us and always keeping us up to date.
Sure.
Love that. Okay, so what is this bill about and who helped it along?
So this bill is the most significant housing package in the last 2 decades.
Really?
Yeah,
2
so
decades.
Pretty big deal, yeah. The National Association of Realtors has been driving this issue for the last 2 years, along with the support of their 1.5 million members.
Yeah.
So that's a
big squeaky wheel.
That's a big squeaky wheel, a loud voice.
Yeah, that's
so
good
it's
though.
super helpful.
So, okay, well then talk a little bit more about this bill. Like, what are the next steps? What's actually happening here?
So what's happening next is it'll go to President Trump's desk to be signed into law, we anticipate, very soon, we hope.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so how does it help housing ultimately?
So it addresses housing inventory, financing, affordability, zoning, workforce development.
Wow, a lot.
And there's just so many pieces people don't realize, even housing rehabilitation, projects that are just like not habitable right now, they go in and fix those houses and
make them available.
Yeah, make them available to people.
And because we were seeing an issue nationwide of housing shortages, or?
Yeah, so what contributed to this is a decade of underbuilding, basically, over a decade really, of underbuilding. So we're about 4.7 million housing units short in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, it's a significant
That's a
number.
huge number.
It really is. And what's happened is since the supply was so low, it drove the prices up.
Right.
And the problem with that is it makes housing unaffordable for many, many people.
Right.
And so then they just don't enter the housing market, especially first-time home buyers. And it's really important to shore up the housing market by making it, a very good environment for first-time home buyers to enter in, because that's the foundation of the housing market. So if you want to keep the housing market strong, you want to make it to where first-time home buyers can come in and purchase homes. And the only way you can do that is by addressing affordability.
Right.
So it's a super important thing. And of course, in different areas, shortages are, more prevalent, whereas in our area, we're not short on housing right now. We have a decent supply, so our pricing has been correcting for a while now.
Right.
So it's a great place to buy. That's my shameless plug
There
for
you
Northeast
go.
Florida.
That's right.
Why you should buy here.
Right.
But it is true, though. I mean, we have a really good inventory supply right now, and the prices have become better for buyers. And so we're seeing a little bit more activity in our market, but we always want to see more.
Right,
so
of course.
That's helpful.
And then, so let me ask you this then, when it comes to making it more affordable for folks and having more inventory, I mean, is it just builders building more? I mean, how does it actually work?
This bill will address that and make it easier for builders to build more, but like I mentioned, zoning, things like that. So they kind of take away some of the barriers, expedite the timeline.
I see.
Because if there's a lot of red tape in between, it just takes longer to get the houses out of the ground. So we need the builders building more inventory to help with this shortage across the country.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is nice to know that it's not really as much of an issue here compared to some other states.
It's true.
So
It's
if
true.
somebody is interested and wanting to purchase or
Yes.
even buy, or I should say sell any of this,
Correct.
They can turn to you. So how do they get in touch with you?
MariaRaymer.com.
Awesome. And head to her website too, just even for her blog, because you're always up to date with everything that's going on. I had not even heard of this.
Yeah.
So I love when you come on and let everybody know what's going on, because I mean, it's going to impact somebody watching here today.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks,
Always
Jordan.
good to see you.
Good to see you.
And if you'd like to see this interview again, everyone, just head to First Coast News Plus. While the AI boom has delivered real benefits in areas like research and productivity, the same innovation also handed an industrial-grade weapon to scammers and cyber criminals. The cybersecurity industry has responded, but with an overwhelming focus on governments and enterprises, leaving consumers exposed. So joining us today is Patrick Coughlin, author of Dark Side of the Boom: How Scammers Hijacked the AI Revolution. This is so interesting to me and so important that we're talking about this right now. So thank you so much for joining us. But how big of a problem is digital fraud, and how much has it grown?
Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, thanks for having me. Digital fraud is now the fastest growing crime in the country, and government estimates put the number that Americans are losing now at nearly $200 billion a year. And it's hitting across all demographics. We see senior citizens lose the most amount of money on average, When a senior citizen is hit with one of these AI-powered scams, they lose well over $10,000. For younger people like Gen Z, they're 3 times more likely to fall for a scam. They just don't have often as much savings as older people. So this is a huge problem. It's catapulted since the launch of ChatGPT, and it's now become the crime that's at the top of the list for consumers and for law enforcement all around the country.
Wow, yeah, I don't like to hear that. So let's talk about imposter scams. What are those, and how do cyber criminals really pull those off?
Yeah, so imposter scams, these used to be a tiny blip on the radar just a few years ago, and now they make up over 1/3 of all types of scams happening. Imposter scams are when a fraudster pretends to be somebody that you might trust, somebody that you love, a brand you use, a government agency, and they use that trust to then manipulate you into doing something that's against your will, often giving up credentials or giving up your hard-earned money. And these imposter scammers, as you said in your introduction, are now armed with an industrial-grade weapon, because that same power of AI to talk like us, to create images and videos that look and sound real to us, is the perfect weapon in the hands of an imposter scammer.
All right, well then tell us, what are some warning signs we should watch out for?
Yeah, so we see these scams hitting across all different types of channels now. That's happening over text, which just surpassed email as the #1 threat vector for these types of scams. So I'm sure your viewers will relate to the fact that all of our phones are now overwhelmed with sort of scammy and spammy messages. So when you see these messages or you get a call that comes in, typically the formula for the scammer involves an unfamiliar contact. You weren't expecting it. And then there's a massive amount of urgency. You have to pay now. You're behind on your taxes. Somebody's in a dangerous situation that needs your help immediately. And then it pivots a conversation into money. So when you see this combination of urgency, unexpected contact, and then an ask for money or access, we call that a hot zone moment. And in those moments, the most important thing you can do is actually take a step back, take a pause, and think about what is another way that I could verify this communication. We call that a second channel check. And at Savvy Security, we've built a way for users to actually find out what a great second channel check is, or to have a check on a suspicious message that's come in. We call it our feature ScamWise. It's available on our Savvy Security app, which is in the app stores for the iPhone and Google. And so we recommend users download that app. There's a free capability to use and gives really everybody a way to just get a second opinion in a moment that really matters.
And I know that we think mainly the elderly, but this really can impact and affect anyone. So what are some steps that we can take to protect ourselves and our loved ones?
Yeah, there's a big myth out there that the elderly are really the only ones that are vulnerable to this, and it's really just not true. Research shows that every age, every demographic is just as susceptible to these types of scams. And I know there's people out there who think I don't fall for these types of scams, but the reality is we all do. And the scammers with AI have gotten so good at their jobs that it's impacting tens of millions of Americans every year across senior citizens, millennials, Gen Z. And for folks like me who've got aging parents, we're worried about our aging parents. We've got young kids that are growing up in a digital native world. The challenge is real because we want to extend the protection not just around ourselves, but around our spouses, our parents, our kids. And so at Savvy, we really believe that security is a shared mission, and that's why we have a family plan that's one price where you can put everybody on it, and you can get some peace of mind knowing that not just you, but your loved ones are protected as well.
Wonderful. Well, where can we learn more?
Go to SavvySecurity.com. You can download our apps in the App Store, and you can check out the book called Dark Side of the Boom if you really want to go deep on this crazy new crime wave that's sweeping all across the country.
We definitely need to be more aware. So thank you so much for your help today. And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus. All right, well, man, I am full now. That pizza and the pasta was absolutely delicious. We had our whole crew coming down there eating the rest. There's still a few more bites, guys, if you need it. But I had a great time today. David will be back tomorrow. I'm really excited for that too, because we're gonna be living in the kitchen with Brewster's Ice Cream. I know I keep saying it, it's National Ice Cream Week. Now,